C'est Marie de Just French It. Welcome in this new episode of Vendredi Vocabulary, in which we are going to conjugate another verb. I know you like conjugation, don't you? Well, in this video, we're going to do something really important because you actually need to know that. We are going to translate and we are going to conjugate the French verb for can. The French verb that we are going to use when we want to translate can. Now, the English verb can is a bit peculiar, right? Because it's not a normal verb, it's a modal verb. That means that it doesn't take an auxiliary. It's used to, the negation goes directly to it. So there is, all those peculiar things. The past version of can is actually another verb. There is all those things. In French, it's very much simpler, right? We have one word that means to be able to, or to have the right to be allowed to be possible. Then all of those, meaning of the word can are going to be translated by the verb pouvoir. Pouvoir is also a noun, right? When it is a noun, it means power. So pouvoir actually means to have the power. Means that someone has given it to you. You can do it, so you have the power to do it. You are allowed to. I can do it. I have the power to. I'm able to do it. Or it's possible. I can do it. I have the power to do it because it is possible. Again. Okay, so all of those different meanings, and you might not actually realize there is all those meanings to the word can because we use it so much in English, are translated by the word pouvoir. So it's very simple. One verb for the verb can. Now we are going to translate it at 4 different tenses. The verb pouvoir, first off, is a verb of the third group. Now this is not necessarily a super good news for you because that means that it is irregular. Irregular means that the actual, letters change from one form to the other, from one tense to the other, etc. If I may, the verb pouvoir is actually kind of one of the most regular irregular verbs, and you're going to see just in a minute. Its auxiliary, like most French verb, is avoir. Avoir, to have. This is the auxiliary of the verb pouvoir. In French, auxiliaries actually are for verbs rather than specific tenses having specific auxiliary. We have verbs who, auxiliaries belong to the verb rather than the tenses. Okay, so there is going to be 4 different... Let's do this. There's going to be 4 different tenses, and we are going to do this like that. First, the present. Let's conjugate pouvoir at the present tense. Je peux, tu peux, il, elle, on peut, nous pouvons, vous pouvez, ils, elles peuvent. Okay, so you see why this is an irregular verb, right? Basically, there's only the P that is constant in all of those different forms. Okay, je peux, tu peux, il, elle, on peut, nous pouvons, vous pouvez, ils, elles peuvent. Okay, and this is the present. Now for the compound past. The compound past is tense of the past that is compound, so that is actually composed of 2 different parts, right? You have first the auxiliary and then the past participle, the compound past. This is the tense that is the most used when it comes to the past. J'ai pu, so we are using the auxiliary avoir conjugated at the present. J'ai pu. Tu as pu. Il, elle, on pu. Il, elle, on a pu, right? I bet you were following. You need to follow and tell me when I'm not doing things right. Nous avons pu. Vous avez pu. And il, elles ont pu. OK? J'ai pu, tu as pu. Ils, elles ont pu. Nous avons pu. Vous avez pu. Ils, elles ont pu. So there is the liaison here as well. Right? Ont pu. Vous avez pu. Nous avons pu. N'a pu. OK? All those are liaison, which means we're dragging the sound of the consonant all the way to the beginning vowel of the word afterwards. Good. Now the imperfect, which is another tense of the past that is going to be used in specific situations, and we'll see which one just in a minute. Imperfect. Je pouvais. Tu pouvais. Il, elle, on pouvait. Nous pouvions. Vous pouviez. Il, elle pouvait. Je pouvais, tu pouvais, il, elle, on pouvait. Nous pouvions, pouvions. Vous pouviez, vous pouviez. Il, elle pouvait. And if you remember well, those three letters at the end are actually silent. The S here too, the S here too, and the Z actually transforms the E, so the E sound into an E sound. Okay. Then the last tense that we are going to see together in this video is the near future. The near future is very simple and it is built with the verb aller. Je vais pouvoir, and we are using the infinitive, so here it's actually not irregular. Ooh, cool. Tu vas pouvoir. Il, elle, on va pouvoir. Nous allons pouvoir. Vous allez pouvoir. And il, elles vont pouvoir. Okay, good. So near future, je vais pouvoir, tu vas pouvoir, il, elle, on va pouvoir, nous allons pouvoir, vous allez pouvoir, il, elle, and I forgot an I, vont pouvoir. Okay, good. Now, we are going to take a look at a few examples in context so that we can translate all of those for you. So, examples in context. Okay and okay. Good. So, examples. If I want to say, I can speak French a little bit. I can speak French a little bit. Je peux parler français un petit peu. Je peux parler français un petit peu. Je peux parler français un petit peu. Okay, I can speak French a little bit. I'm capable of, I have the power to speak French a little bit. Good. Now, she can play the piano. She can play the piano. She can play the piano, here again. Elle peut jouer du piano. Elle peut jouer du piano. She is capable too. You know, she can. She can. This sentence actually in English and in French can mean, you know, she is allowed to, she is capable of, she has the right to, and it's possible for her to. You know, she can play the piano. She can play the piano tonight if you want, you know. For example, you are in a band and your keyboardist just, you know, broke his hand. Okay, that happens. Can't play the piano anymore. Well, you say, okay, well, I know this girl. She can play the piano. Elle peut jouer du piano. And she is available tonight. Elle peut jouer du piano ce soir. She can. She is able to play the piano tonight. It's a possibility. The situation allows it. Okay. But it can be in a situation where, for example, you are in your grandmother's home. You have a child and your daughter sees a piano. And you told her, no, don't play the piano. Don't play the piano, you know. It's your grandmother's things. It's kind of fragile and everything. You don't want your daughter to touch the piano. But your grandmother, who is very nice, obviously, because it's your grandmother, she said, elle peut jouer du piano. Elle peut jouer du piano. She can. She's allowed to. She's allowed to play the piano. She's allowed to play with the piano in this instance. Okay? But it's also possible that, you are looking for someone who is playing the piano, who knows how to play the piano. And in this instance, you can say, elle peut jouer du piano. Elle peut jouer du piano. It means, generally you are actually going to say, elle sait jouer du piano, so she knows how to play the piano. But you can actually say, elle peut jouer du piano, which means she's capable of because she knows how to. Donc, elle peut jouer du piano. Okay, now examples with the compound tense. I could use the toilets in the cafe. I could use the toilets in the cafe is going to be translated by j'ai pu utiliser les toilettes dans le café. J'ai pu utiliser les toilettes dans le café. I was able to and I did it. I was able to and I did it. Because in English, the verb could is actually quite tricky when you want to be specific in short examples like this. So I was able to use the toilets and I actually did. Okay. In another situation, it could be something like that. They could take the train in time. Elles ont pu prendre le train à l'heure. Elles ont pu prendre le train à l'heure, which means they were able to take the train in time, and they actually did take the train in time. Elles ont pu prendre le train à l'heure. Okay. Now for the other tense of the past, which is the imperfect. The imperfect, I could take the train, and this is where it becomes tricky with can and could. Je pouvais prendre le train. Je pouvais prendre le train, which means that at a specific moment in time in the past, I could take the train. It doesn't say if I took the train or that I didn't. But when I was in Bordeaux, I could take the train. Quand j'étais à Bordeaux, je pouvais prendre le train. Probably I did. Maybe I didn't. It doesn't matter, because what actually matters here is that it was at a specific moment in time in the past. Okay. You could do it. You could do it. Vous pouviez le faire. Vous pouviez le faire. At a specific moment in time in the past, you were able to do it. You could do it. Okay. Vous pouviez le faire. Good. And now for the near future, which is the easiest of all the tenses in French, and it is I'm going to be able to enroll, which means je vais pouvoir m'inscrire. Je vais pouvoir m'inscrire. I am going to be able to enroll. Okay. I am going to be able to enroll. Je vais pouvoir m'inscrire. So soon the enrollment are opening and I'm going to be able to register. I'm going to be able to enroll. In another situation, we are going to be able to eat soon. For example, this is actually kind of a complicated sentence in English. Nous allons pouvoir manger bientôt. So very simple. Nous allons pouvoir manger bientôt. So we use the verb aller, right, at the present tense. Then we have the infinitive of the verb that we actually want to conjugate, which is pouvoir, which means to can. We are going to be able to can. So we can say we are going to can. That's not possible in English. So here translated by we are going to be able to. Manger, to eat. This is what we are going to be able to do soon. And bientôt means soon. Okay? Good. So, we are going to be able to eat soon. Nous allons pouvoir manger bientôt. And there it is. Now you have 4 different tenses at which you can conjugate the verb pouvoir, and you know how to translate and how to use the, capacity, possibility, permission kind of verb in French, and it is the word pouvoir. there it is. If you are super serious about learning French, if you want to make sure that you learn French efficiently and that you don't end up not being able to communicate in French after so many years of studying French, I suggest that you sign up for the private emails. The private emails I'm actually sending, on Just French It happens like this. On Mondays, there is a podcast episode. On Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursday, there is private emails. And on Friday, there is a Vendredi vocabulary video. This is what you are watching right now. So if you are only subscribing to the YouTube channel, which you should do actually, you are missing out on half of the fun, right? So sign up for the emails. The link for signing up for the emails is in the description below the video. So I'll see you there. Bye bye. Au revoir.